Hello everybody, Rebecca, we're live. So we're just going to let StreamYard do its thing and catch up. If you are watching us, please do give us a hello in the chat box. And if you're watching it back, please do hashtag replay so that we know you've seen it. So welcome to Sales Leader Training Takeover Day. It is the fourth live of the day that we're doing now. So we're just going to give, I can already see somebody on. So brilliant. Please do say hello and give us some love so that we know. This call is going to be all about recruiting hints and tips. So you've got me, Sasha Blacker, for those of you that don't know me, and my amazing guest this side, Sasha, this side, Rebekah Testar. So I see Janine's already saying hi, gorgeous, to you, Rebecca, which is a lovely start to go on. So yeah, I'm really excited to have Rebecca with us today. She's an inspiration. Well, before I tell you any more about her, Rebecca, do you want to tell everybody more about yourself for those that don't know you?
Yeah. Well, I'm Rebekah Testar. I'm Platinum Ambassador. I started with Avon back in October 2003. October 2002. It was the only day I'd ever walked my two youngest to playgroup, and I got stopped by a local recruiter and asked if I wanted to join Avon. And that was 20 years ago. And now I've got a fabulous team of around 13,000 representatives. So there's a lot of us out there, and it's just grown into a fantastic business. Absolutely love it. Still love it, even after 20 years.
20 years is absolutely amazing. That is an accolade by itself. And did you say 1,300, 1,400 in your team?
About 13,000.
Oh my God, I'm saying 100,000. Wow, there you go. So how epic is that? I mean, Rebecca, you're getting loads and loads of love and hellos in the chat box, which is great. But can we all have a wow? We need some wow emojis for that. Because there's me going 1,400. You're like 1,000. So that is immense. So you are the perfect person for this call all about recruitment. If you've got 14,000 within your team over those 20 years, is something that obviously you breathe and you live day in and day out. We're getting loads of shocked faces here, which is brilliant. So and lots of wows and how amazing you are, which I'm loving and seeing that in the chat box there. So can you let us know how excited you are about you and your team are about the new AGP changes to start off with?
Oh my goodness, the minute those changes were announced, the team were just on fire. I put it into our WhatsApp group and they were just blown away. They are so excited and so revved up. They were on fire anyway, but now even more so. Everybody's looking to move to the next level. So it's absolutely fantastic.
I love that. With a team that size and everybody wanting to move on up, that's going to help everybody, and it's going to help you achieve. It's going to help them achieve. That sounds really, really exciting for you and all of your team. So how are you going to use the changes to make recruitment easier?
Well, of course, I've brought back that earn from your first person, which is absolutely fantastic. I loved it when it was first introduced. Just because it just opens everything up to everybody, every single representative. If they know anybody, that can be their first team member. And so long as they've got the £1,000 sales requirement, they are going to earn money. So yeah, absolutely love it. And with the levels dropping as well, reaching different levels, it just makes everything more doable. You've got the small bite-sized pieces as well to start off with. So you've got your 1,000, your 2,500, your 5,000. You can move up those levels really quickly.
Love that. So it's much more achievable this way. So I'm excited for how excited you and your team are as well. So can you let us know how you currently recruit new team members at the moment, Rebecca?
Oh, do you know what, Sasha? We do absolutely everything you can think of. So I'll start with the free method. So first of all, how I got started and how I started to build my team, because let's face it, we all start with nobody at all. So you can approach your customers. So you can ask your customers if they'd like to earn a bit of extra money and become a representative themselves. The next thing you could do is door knocking. I was door knocking all the time when I first started. You know, if you set yourself a target of maybe going out 3 times a week, maybe for 3 hours, you can quickly start to grow your team, because there's people out there, every single street, there's somebody there who will want to earn a bit of extra money. It's just a case of giving up your time. That's the only thing it costs, your time. If they're not in, you can literally pop a leaflet through their letterbox. So again, you're selling to them even though they're not there. People buy people. So if you're knocking the door, speaking to them, you can ask them whether or not they're seeing an Avon brochure. They're buying into you as the person, and they're just thinking, earning extra money. She's doing it, so why shouldn't I do it? So yeah, definitely knocking doors. So you can partner up with your BDM, because they're out and about doing events. So join on with those. Also, maybe even sales leaders who aren't part of your team. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We often buddy up with other teams, for example, or, if there's somebody down the road who also does leadership, even though you're not part of their team, you become really good friends. And it's how I started, and approach people too. If there's somebody walking down the street with a pushjet like I did, ask them, don't know if you're interested. I recruit with Avon. It's really, really flexible. Sell them that opportunity. And I said no. I must have said no 10 times. And then I said yes. And thank goodness I did. It was just perfect. Somebody was, I bought into Avon from the lady who spoke to me. So never be afraid. What's the worst that can happen? They say no, or, oh no, I'm allergic to Avon. So what? It doesn't matter. Ask them, because you might well get a yes. So
it always makes me laugh when they say I'm allergic to Avon. I'm like, you're allergic to handbags. You're allergic to shoes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you're so right with asking them though, and the amount of people the amount of times you said no, that was the perfect time when they asked you. It was no, not right now, not no forever.
Absolutely. I really did buy into that person who was showing me the opportunity. And for me, it fitted perfectly, because, we didn't know what we were going to be doing to earn money at that stage. And I just thought, brochures, drop books, numbers, just a case of finding those customers. And all this was going through my head. And then I joined, and thank goodness I did. So, yeah, absolutely. So the other method.
Oh, no, go on. Sorry. I can see in the chat box loads of people saying feet on the street, buddies, loving that. I like the idea of teaming up with other people that aren't necessarily in their team as well.
And don't forget as well, feet on the street. The more feet on the street, the more brand awareness there is out there. And if there's brand awareness, Avon are going to get more leads coming through their website. And also, if you've recruited someone, you're going to get the benefit of those leads too, because that's where they're going to. They're going to the people who are recruiting. So all of that, it just has a compound effect. The more we do it, the greater it's going to be for the company and for our teams.
Definitely. So thank you for sharing all the free ways. The free ways, in my opinion, are the best ways, because they're free. Let's face it. Who doesn't love free? So what other ways do you recruit, Rebekah? Do you recruit online at all?
I do. Right. Other paid methods. So at the minute, I'm sort of saturating an area at the moment with lots and lots of different methods. So things like local magazines, I'm there on the back cover. So that works really, really nicely with leaflet distribution. So again, if you don't want to knock doors, you can just drop leaflets. You could do, 250. Will probably take you about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to drop 250 leaflets. So you could set yourself a target, and you don't have to drop 250. You could do 100 a day, for example, but book it in your diary and make sure that it actually happens. You have to do that, because the more you're going to do, the more you're going to get. So with these, you can either distribute, you can also pay. So you can pay people to distribute them for you too. So that's another method. Other paid methods, what else have we got? So Facebook paid ads, you can do those. They are quite tricky to master. I have to say, you've got to get your wording spot on to make sure they're accepted by Facebook, because I know Facebook are a little bit awkward and they do throw out that advert, they reject them if you're not careful. So just make sure you get your wording right. Ours tends to be very centered around, say, lifestyle, for example, or the starter kit. Starter kit images are really, really good if you're advertising on Facebook. And I've noticed actually Avon are doing that too. But I was doing it in January and February, and Avon are now doing it. So it obviously
you were a trendsetter, Rebekah. You were a trendsetter. You started first.
I did, yeah. Google ads, again, Google ads are a great way of finding people, but they are expensive. So don't think that you can just throw, say, £20 at it. You aren't going to get much from that. So it is a big investment. So be very, very careful. Don't let it run away with you. Maybe put your money on and then spend it that way, as opposed to building up a bill. So just be mindful and maybe get somebody to just double check to make sure you've set it up all properly. Perfect.
And so how often do you do recruitment posts, Rebekah?
Every day. So I'll do recruitment posts all the time. I tend to, for Google, I tend to not go on a Wednesday and a Friday, just because if you're not careful, you don't get any time off at all. And also you can catch up with the leads that you've got who you've perhaps not been able to contact. So it just gives me that little bit of a break. So every day, you know, I'm just addicted.
Every day, all the places. What is it? Anytime, anywhere, always ask. It's kind of like matches that perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course we do events. So at the moment we're doing loads and loads of events, but we'll talk about those later.
I can see in the chat people saying that they're going out door knocking tomorrow. It says Facebook user don't know your name, but that's brilliant. And they're laughing about that allergic to handbags comment from earlier a little bit. But what's the most cost effective way you've found of finding that new leader for your, new team member?
Yeah, team member, definitely knocking doors. As I say, they're buying into you as the person, and you're buying into them too, because if you've got somebody at the door, you can easily offer them a brochure instead. If you think, that it's an old man, for example, or an old lady who's you know, they buy Avon, so you can then make a note of where the customers are too. So definitely door knocking, absolutely love it, and it's free. It just takes up that time. I can't spell out to you enough. Feet on the street, it's huge. There's people out there, they absolutely love Avon and they absolutely love the brochures, 100%. So
definitely.
Love
and
that.
You catch different people at different times. I remember you saying to me before that you used to work between, was it 10 to 2:30?
Yeah, well, I fitted mine around my children to start with, so it would be, you know, we'd all buddy up, so we'd pick each other up or whatever. So at 9:30 we'd be collected, and do you know what? Even if we didn't want to go, even if it was raining, because we'd committed, we were going to do that. We didn't want to let anybody down. So 9:30, and then we would work, and we'd have a bit of lunch, and then we'd finish at 2:30. So it's just a fantastic way, especially now you've got BDMs there as support. Use them. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you build your business. And if you haven't got one that you can utilize, sorry, I'm talking to them like they're objects. They're not, obviously. You know, if there isn't, buddy it with other leaders. Put it up on the sales leader group. Find out who lives locally to you, and go out together. Just make sure you've got plenty of leaflets.
I love that. So you're working in relationship with whoever's available and happy and wants to work. And I'm sure that the BDMs watching and listening won't be thinking anything about the utilisation. No, because they want that. That's good for them. It's good for you. It's good for Avon as a company. So that's fantastic. I can see some people saying that they want to join your recruitment events. So they heard you say the word events, and that was it. So how often do you do recruitment events, Rebekah?
Okay, well, we're on our 4th this year. So they are exhausting. You do have to stagger them. We've found initially we tried to do it so that we had certain people on certain days, but it was long. So if they were setting up at 9:30, running through to 5 o'clock, it was such a long day. So we now do shifts. So we'll do like a morning shift and then say a 12 till 4, 12 till 5 shift. That's how we work it. And oh my goodness, they are absolutely fantastic, and they're not as expensive as you first think. I know going back, say, 3 or 4 years, we would never in a million years have thought, yeah, do a recruitment event, because we put it out there for the prices. You're looking at £3,000 for an event in a shopping centre. It's just too much. Whereas now you can get a premium shopping centre for maybe about 700, well, even less than that, between 500 and 700, you can get a premium shopping centre. And then for the smaller shopping centres, you can get those for, say, 250, and they were 1,000 originally. So I know in the fourth quarter, we had one particular venue that we did, and from 250, it was a 7-day event. We got over 100 people, and they were signed up with kits. People are loving to speak to us at the moment simply because they haven't been out and about. They're not seeing Avon. They're seeing us on stands. They're approaching saying, oh, great, I love Avon. Oh, yeah, I'd like to be a representative. They're even asking if they can join. On that stand, you've got things you can take identification, such as most people have got driving license or online banking. The secret is not to just take their name and details, but you need to sign them in if possible there and then. Yes, leads are fantastic, and you will convert some, maybe 1 in 20, but if they're keen, they've usually got something. You can get them set up with their account number, ordered their kit, give them extra brochures or drop off extra brochures on your way home, for example, and they've bought you and they've seen the fantastic starter kit. They know what they're going to get. So definitely, if you can do an event, definitely. I mean, I'm off to Southampton tomorrow to help support the event down there for a few days. We've got them all over.
Well, good luck with that. You'll have to let us know how you get on. I can see Ray saying, is that for the year, to quote? No, I believe what Rebecca was saying was it was 7 days, so £250 for 7 days, special offer, and you got 100 people sign up there and then picked in the team, ready to go.
It meant we all won Canada. Because what we did was we built it so that people, the lower level sales leaders were recruiting. It meant that we all benefited. And it meant that we get them a really good start, and we're all going on a trip. So
so you got the recruitment, you got the bonuses, you got the commission and the Circle of Excellence trip as well.
And we did another event too, 2 weeks prior. So we did one, then 2 weeks later, about 10 days later, we did another for a week. Both of those events, we did over 100 sign-ups on both. I mean, it's not so strong this time at the moment, but that's because it's first quarter. You know, there are people out there who want to earn extra money, but we'll perhaps do 25 to 30 over, say, 3 days. We're doing about, still about 10 a week, 10 a day, I suppose, isn't it? It's exactly the same. Yeah, so not quite the bigger figures, but I mean, I'm happy with 30. You know, it's great. It makes it really cost effective.
Yeah, it really does from what you've said. And when you break it down like that, so that everyone can realise how much they're getting, and you're helping your whole team at the same time. So when you're at those type of events, how do you strike up conversations with people that you've never met before? What do you do? Because sometimes people find that a bit of a barrier.
It's interesting. I've discovered that the brochure is my comfort blanket. I always use a brochure. Other ladies on our stand, they use samples. So they'll go and they'll say, so one of my ladies, she'll say, oh, would you like a free sample? I'm with Avon. Do you see an Avon brochure? And that's how they strike up that conversation. For me, I tend to say, hi, I'm with Avon. Do you see an Avon brochure? We're looking for people who might be interested in earning extra money. Do you think you might be interested yourself? So I just come straight out with it. The more people I can ask, the better. So, and just see. Some people, they absolutely love Avon, and instantly they're attracted and thinking, oh yes, I'd really like to give that a go. What do I need to do? And you could just get them started.
And Jane Barton said, that's me. She's straight to the point as well. So that's fantastic. So that's what you do if you were talking to somebody there and then, face to face, when your feet on the street. So if it was somebody who responded to one of your adverts or maybe a Facebook message or something, what kind of thing would you say when you're following up with them?
So if it's a phone call in or an application, I go straight to the point. So I'll say, hi, I'm Rebekah from Avon. I understand that you might be interested in becoming a representative. So, and then I'd ask them, have you thought about who you might like to sell Avon to? Because at that stage, you can see whether they even know what Avon is. Usually they'll say, oh, yes, the lady at work has finished. So I thought I'd give it a go. Or the lady on my street doesn't come any longer. So I thought I'd drop brochures locally. Or maybe, oh, I've seen my friend does it online. So I thought I'd give it a go. Now, that one where it says, oh, my friend does Avon, really, she should be joining her friend. So, this is where we need to get the word out that as a representative, we can recruit our friends. If people in your team know people who'd like to join, they need to be joining them and signing them in through the Avon Grow app. It's such an easy application, and they've still got the support of the company, and they can join all the Facebook pages. So even if they don't feel totally able to support that person, they've usually got an upliner or a Facebook group that can help that new representative really get off to a good start. So, yeah, sorry, I'm veering off again.
No, fantastic. No, nice full answer. Brilliant. So can I ask how you keep your team energized and excited to recruit and build their teams as well?
Oh, gosh. Do you know what? We have WhatsApp groups for everything. Every single event that we do, we have a WhatsApp group. So everyone's put into that group. And we all support one another. We all cheer each other on when somebody's got a sign up. We're all like, yeah, well done. We take photos, put it into the group, and we've got 5 today, or whatever we do. We just put it all in that group. And the other thing we do too is if we know that there's another team. So say Hannah Cook does quite a lot of events, and we tend to work quite nicely with each other. We put everybody from our team and from, say, Hannah's team into a WhatsApp group, and then we all have healthy competition. How's it all going? And we thrive on that. We thrive on the excitement of how everybody else is doing, and it's just great. It just keeps everybody motivated.
I love that idea of teaming up with somebody who's not necessarily part of your network, but to help spur each other on, and that healthy competition. That is really good. And I can see people saying, what an inspiration, Rebekah, loving the team vibes. That's fantastic. Can I ask, I'm just wary of time, have you got a golden nugget you'd like to share with us?
Oh, I did have one. I forgot what it was now.
You said something about going back
yes.
12 months.
Yes. So basically, anybody who is an established leader, look at your previous statement. So go back, say 12 months, 18 months, see who was in your team then and who's in your team now. Anybody who's missing on your current statement is worth that phone call, because we've had COVID, we've had so many things. But that phone call could be enough to get them back in. So give them a call and just say, oh, how are you doing? I've noticed you've not put an order in for a while. Just wondered if you'd like to come back, and just welcome them back, because these are all reinstatements, and actually they probably will come back. But if you don't ask them, they might end up in somebody else's team. So, yeah, definitely reach out to anyone on your statement. And I've got another one actually as well, which is make sure everybody knows that you do Avon and you recruit for Avon, because there's nothing worse than one of your friends joining another person's team. I had it once. I went to my sales leader's wedding. We were really close, went to sales leader's wedding, and her best friend didn't even know that the bride did Avon, and she just joined my team. So, yeah, exactly. So she shouldn't have joined me. She didn't even know that the bride did Avon, never mind recruited for Avon as well. So it just shows you the power. You've got to make sure people know. Always ask for referrals. That's really, really good business. And let's face it, if you've got a representative in your team who refers a friend to you, you can say, would you like it as part of your team? And there's your first leader or your second leader. Gradually they're introducing people. I had someone in my team once, and she referred 3 different friends to me. She kept saying, no, I don't want to be a leader. I just want you to sign them in. I did 3 before she decided to jump on board and become a leader. 3.
Oh, there you go. Well, you were an inspiration to her, because obviously she saw how well you were doing and then decided actually after the 3, but she could have had those 3 exactly. So I love that you gave her the opportunity either way. Rebekah, you're getting lots and lots of love in the chat here, and people are really happy with all of your tips today, and you've given us more than one golden nugget, which is fantastic. So thank you ever so much for sharing with us. It's been really good to see and hear all of your success stories on recruiting new team members. So we're hoping that you guys, I can tell from the chat you have, but you've took away some amazing tips from our guest Rebekah. So please do show her lots of love in the chat, even more than you already have. Give us some emojis. Definitely. I wanted to let you all know we've got some brilliant news as well for those of you that didn't know. I know you've been asking about our recruitment cards, so keep an eye out. Coming very soon, we have brand new Avon branded recruitment cards coming. Woohoo! You can either handwrite your details on, or obviously you can print them off or use a QR code and stick it on, whichever is easiest. So I know there's been a few comments about that recently.
Yes, Sasha, sorry.
If
you do any recruitment events, make sure you've got your ID on the books. Don't hand them out without any ID on there.
Definitely. Then they've got all your details and everything they need in one place. Perfect.
Yeah.
So after this call, what we'd like to do is to mention a tool. So you can head over to Avon Connect. Obviously, you've got all these amazing tips from Rebekah to start thinking about and put into practice. But over on Avon Connect, you can download our one pages. They are digital, or you can print them off. They're printer friendly. We've got one pages on how to recruit face-to-face and how to recruit online, with conversation starters and more. The call to action off of this call today, we would love for you to put a message on your Facebook or your Instagram, your social media, to say that you're looking for brand ambassadors. So you're looking for 5 friends or family members to trial a new Avon product. You can choose what that product is and pop an image of it up so that they can see. Ask them to try it over the next few days for free, and then to give you an honest review. So let me know if you are up for that. And then obviously, good luck recruiting. There's nothing holding you back now after all of the inspirational tips from Rebekah today. So do go for it, and don't miss our next live for our Sales Leader Takeover Day, which is all about sealing the deal to onboard your new reps, with our special guest Carolyn Hayward, who has been chatting in the chat box as well today. Before we go, I'm just going to read you a few more of these messages, because I'm not sure if you can see them, Rebekah, but Nat is saying thank you so much, Rebekah. As she said, really appreciated. Ruby said thank you for sharing with us all. Nat's put whoop, whoop, and then she's done a hashtag for the recruitment card. She's excited about that. Jackie Jones said thank you, lots to think about and lots of amazing tips there. And then I don't know who you are, Facebook user, but you said love this. Thank you for all of your tips, Rebekah. So lots of love out there, definitely. So thank you ever so much for being an amazing guest and sharing all of your tips with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Okay, bye-bye everyone. Have a good rest of your Sales Leader Takeover Day.